All right, quick story. So I've been kind of just doing some stuff, and I came across this guy here, right? And this has a couple good stories to it, and also it has like it's very near and dear to my heart, right? So what this is it's a Winchester Bowie knife, right? And it's a beast. So, kind of quick story, right? Oopsie. When we were like 20 years old or so, right? Me and my buddy David were like, let's move out. We found this place that was like renting it for super cheap. Those were like our college years, right? And we did it. Two idiots, like we're gonna move out. We had nothing, we just went out there just on a whim. So one of the things that I've always been into, of course, is knives, right? So I'm at Walmart one day. This you get this at Walmart, and this guy's on special. It's super cheap, so hell yeah, I'm gonna buy it, right? So I get it, and like this was our knife for like the longest time. Like for anything, like do you want to cut a sandwich in half? Use the knife. You want to prep some meat or some vegetables? Use the knife, right? And this thing's sharp, dude. Like the first day that I got it, right? I did whatever I was gonna do, right? And I was washing it, and I went like this with my fingers, and on one of those I just went slip all the way down the edge, and I cut my finger wide open, right? That was like the first encounter I had with this knife, right? But the finger thing, that's not actually this knife. This knife, like I said, is very near and dear to my heart. This knife was given to me by a man named Billy, right? Rest in peace, Billy. He passed away like a year ago or so. But Billy was a badass, right? So let me tell you about Billy. First off, Billy was my dad's age, right? But he was like the old man. My dad used to always be like, oh, the old man. Like, you guys are the same age, right? But Billy was Vietnam veteran, Marine Corps, tough as nails dude. Like, he was just a badass, right? And so my brother moved into his house. He's been there for a while now. And I've always worked with my brothers on like the weekend or the like summers, vacations and stuff like that. So I always seen Billy. Billy was always cool. So he saw me kind of grew up for sure from like, 10 years old to like 20 years old, 25 years old. He just recently died. I'm like 30. A long time, right? So he was always a super cool guy. Every time I'd show up and he'd see him be like, Stevie, right? And I'd be like sweeping up the garage or something, right? Super cool guy, super badass. So here is one of the stories that I'm gonna like commandeer from my brother, right? So as the story goes, Albert is working on paperwork, right? For like the business, right? He's working on paperwork, and he needs to find something, and he can't. You gotta be kidding me. Freaking airplanes, man. Anyways, Albert's looking for this paperwork, and he just can't find it. He needs like a receipt or an invoice or something, right? There's something that he needs, and he's like, I think it's in a truck. Now, mind you, the way that we keep our trucks, it's not like the tidiest. We would just kind of like throw stuff in there. Like if you need to go find a paperwork, it's not going to be like, oh, the paperwork that's on the seat. No, dude, there's stuff everywhere. You have to like deep dive in there and clean it, right? So Albert has his truck parked on the street next to the sidewalk, right? And Albert's yard goes all the way to the curb. So Albert gets like, he opens his door, gets down on his knees, and starts rummaging through the truck. Starts looking for this random paper. See, mind you, it's late. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? It's one of those late night things. So Albert's, looking for this paperwork, and he hears something. And so he's like, what the hell? And he turns around, and Billy is standing behind him, shirtless. Like he has, I don't know if he has pants on or like shorts on, but he's shirtless, right? And he's just standing behind them like this. And he's like, Albert, is that you? And Albert's like, oh my God, like, yeah, Billy, it's me. What the hell? He's like, all right, just making sure. So Albert's like, what the hell? And he's like, hey, Billy, like, out of curiosity, I mean, like, what if it wasn't me, man? Like, what were you gonna do? And Billy, just being the badass, he's like, I was gonna take you down. You're gonna take me down? Do you know how much of a badass you have to be to just be like full confidence, I'm gonna take you down? Dude, and now mind you, if I was to see like the neighbor's car getting broken into, never in a million years would I be like, shirtless out there. No, I would call the cops. I would yell through the window. Like, hey, get away from that car. I see you. I have cameras. Like, no way. And if for some reason I absolutely had to get out and go do something, I'm not going shirtless with nothing. I'm gonna take a stick or a bat or something. Let's be real. I'm not going out there. Like, I'm not. And the fact that this dude just went out there nothing. And he was confident. In fact, I'm pretty sure he would have taken Albert out, you know? He would have. Let's be real. He would have. So, but I mean, that's the kind of guy that Billy was, you know? And he was a badass. And he's the one who gave me this. Again, I've always been into knives, and like everyone kind of knows that. And so one day, I'm just, you know, I'm at my brother's house, and he's like, "Hey, Stevie, come over here." I'm like, "All right, what's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, man, you know, I want you to have this." I was like, "Cool." Like, this thing's badass, right? And I already had one, but like this one's Billy's giving me this thing, and it's a really good knife. So I'm not gonna talk like, "Oh no, Billy, no, what the hell? I'm gonna take that thing." I was super happy, right? And he's like, "Yeah," man. He goes, "This is yours. I know you would appreciate a good blade." I'm like, hell yeah, brother, I appreciate a good blade. So, yeah, this is a present from Billy, and this is why it's near and dear to my heart, and I have it, like, stored away in a spot where I know where it's at. I'm not losing this thing. But yeah, rest in peace, Billy.